The night before my brother's wedding, my mother raised a glass and thanked everyone who had helped make his dream possible. Then she looked straight at me. "Family sacrifices for family," she said. I already knew what she meant. 3 hours earlier, I had discovered that the college fund my grandfather left me was empty. Every dollar had paid for the wedding around us. Before we begin, subscribe to Core Revenge Tales for more stories about betrayal, courage, and the moment silence finally ends. My name is Emily Carter. I was 24 when my mother spent my future on a one-night celebration. I grew up in a small town outside Columbus, Ohio. My younger brother, Ryan, was the center of our family. He was charming, funny, and always one emergency away from needing help. When Ryan crashed his first car, Mom blamed the rain. When he dropped out of college, she blamed his professors. When he proposed to Madison after 8 months, Mom called it destiny. I was the reliable child. Reliable children rarely get rescued. People simply hand them more weight. My grandfather, Thomas, understood that. He taught history at a public high school for 32 years. He saved carefully, repaired everything twice, and never bought anything he could not afford. When I was 16, he promised to help me become a physical therapist. "Education gives you a door no one else can lock," he told me. After he died, Mom said he had placed $68,000 in an education account for me. She was the custodian until I turned 25. I never questioned it. That was my mistake. I worked full-time as a rehabilitation assistant and took evening classes at community college. I planned to transfer to Ohio State that fall. My admission letter had arrived 2 weeks before Ryan's wedding. All I needed was proof that the first semester could be paid. The bank representative became quiet when I gave her the account number. "Miss Carter, this account was closed 11 days ago." I thought she had made an error. Closed by whom? The authorized custodian, Linda Carter. My mother. The final balance had been transferred to Bellwether Events. That was the company managing Ryan's wedding. I sat in my car outside the bank and stared at the admission email. My hands felt cold, although the afternoon was warm. Then I called Mom. She answered over loud music from the rehearsal venue. "Emily, please tell me this is important. Did you close Grandpa's education account?" The music faded as she walked somewhere private. "We were going to discuss that after the wedding." "You spent it?" "I borrowed it. The account is empty." She sighed as if I were creating a problem. Ryan and Madison lost their original venue. The new place required immediate payment. "You already have a job, Emily. Ryan only gets one wedding." I reminded her that I only got one future. Her voice hardened. "Do not ruin your brother's weekend over money." Then she ended the call. I drove to the rehearsal dinner because part of me still believed Ryan did not know. He found me near the kitchen, wearing a tailored suit and holding a glass of champagne. "Mom told me you're upset," he said. "Did you know where the wedding money came from?" He looked toward the ballroom. That glance answered me. "She said Grandpa left money for the family," Ryan replied. "You were taking forever to use it." "I was working and studying." "You can get loans." Madison's parents invited almost 200 people. Canceling would have humiliated us. I could hardly believe him. "So you let Mom steal from me to avoid embarrassment." Ryan lowered his voice. "Can we not make everything about you?" Behind him, workers arranged white roses beneath crystal lights. A string quartet tested music near the stage. My grandfather's savings were everywhere. They were hanging from the ceiling. Mom appeared before I could answer. She pulled me into an empty hallway and closed the door. "You will smile tomorrow," she said. "You will stand with the family, and we will solve this privately." "How?" "We will repay you." "When?" She avoided my eyes. "After Ryan gets settled." Ryan had never settled anything in his life. I left without attending dinner. At home, I opened the small metal box Grandpa had given me during his final week. Mom had wanted it after the funeral. She assumed it contained property papers. Grandpa had written my name across the lid, so I kept it. Inside were photographs, his old watch, and a sealed envelope. On the front, he had written, "For Emily, when someone tells you that your future belongs to the family." I had seen the envelope many times. I never opened it because I thought it was simply a final message from a man I missed. That night, His words felt like a warning. The letter began gently. He wrote that he admired my patience, but feared people would mistake it for permission. Then he explained the education fund. It was not a gift to Mom, it was part of a trust created under his will. Mom could approve tuition, books, housing, and required training. She could not withdraw the money for any other purpose. Grandpa had also named a successor trustee, his longtime attorney, Samuel Brooks. At the bottom, Grandpa had written one final instruction. If the account is ever used against its purpose, take this letter to Samuel. Do not argue first. Protect the door. I called the number included in the envelope. Samuel answered at 8 the next morning. He remembered me immediately. When I explained what happened, he did not sound surprised. Your grandfather worried Linda might feel pressured to help Ryan, he said. That is why he added safeguards. Samuel asked me to send the bank statement. 30 minutes later, he confirmed the transfer violated the trust. There was more. Mom had signed a withdrawal declaration, stating the money would pay approved educational expenses. Bellwether Events had listed the payment as a private university deposit. The transfer was not just selfish, it was documented dishonesty. Samuel could seek an emergency court order. The event company still held $41,000 for payments scheduled after the wedding. That money could be frozen. The remaining amount had already paid vendors. Recovering it would take longer. What do you want to do? He asked. I looked at my bridesmaid dress hanging beside the door. Protect the door. At noon, Mom began calling. She left 4 messages about my hair appointment and one warning me not to embarrass Ryan. I answered the 6th call. I spoke to Grandpa's attorney. Silence. Then her voice changed. Why would you involve a stranger? He is the successor trustee. Emily, listen to me. If you stop these payments today, vendors could leave during the reception. You knew the rules. Your grandfather never understood how expensive life became. He understood you. She started crying. For years, that sound had ended every disagreement. I would soften, apologize, and carry the consequences. This time, I waited. Mom said Ryan would never forgive me. I told her he had already chosen what my forgiveness was worth. At 2 that afternoon, Samuel filed the request. The court froze the remaining trust funds before the rehearsal dinner ended. The wedding was not canceled. The venue and food were already paid. But the luxury car, imported flowers, late-night band, and Sunday farewell brunch had outstanding balances. Mom used credit cards to keep some of them. Madison's parents covered the rest after learning why the money had been frozen. That evening, Ryan came to my apartment. He did not knock gently. You sent a lawyer after Mom the day before my wedding. Mom took my college fund 11 days before it. You could have waited. So the rest could disappear? He paced across my living room. He said Madison was devastated. Her parents thought our family had deceived them. Guests were already gossiping. Not once did he ask whether I could still attend school. I handed him a copy of Grandpa's letter. Ryan read it twice. His anger weakened, but it did not disappear. Mom said she could use the account. She signed a false declaration. He sat down. For the first time, he looked frightened. Could she go to jail? Samuel is trying to recover the money, not punish her. Ryan stared at the floor. What do you want from me? It was the first honest question he had asked. I want you to stop pretending you didn't know. He admitted Mom had told him the money came from my account. She claimed I had agreed to delay school for another year. Ryan never called me to confirm. He wanted the wedding, so he accepted the version that made it easy. I told him I would not attend. The next day, Ryan married Madison beneath the flowers my grandfather had unknowingly purchased. The photographs looked beautiful. Families can hide almost anything inside a beautiful photograph. 3 days later, we met at Samuel's office. Mom arrived with Ryan and treated the meeting like an ambush against her. Samuel placed the trust documents beside her withdrawal declaration. He explained that she could repay the missing $27,000 under a formal settlement. The recovered $41,000 would return immediately to a protected account under his control. If she refused, he would proceed in court. Mom looked at me. You would sue your own mother? I asked you to tell me how you plan to repay it. I gave everything to my children. No. You took from one child to impress people for the other. Ryan flinched. Mom called me ungrateful. She listed every meal, school uniform, and ride she had provided while raising me. Samuel stopped her. Parenting expenses are not debts collected from a child's trust. The room became still. Ryan finally spoke. He said he and Madison would return several unopened wedding gifts and contribute their cash gifts toward repayment. He also agreed to sign a statement confirming what Mom had told him. Mom stared at him as if he had betrayed her. Maybe that was the first time she understood how betrayal felt. She signed the settlement. The recovered funds paid my first year at Ohio State. The remaining balance returned over 18 months. I kept working part-time and earned grants for my final semesters. Ryan and I did not repair everything quickly. Real apologies are slower than wedding speeches. He began by repaying the money without asking for praise. Later, he admitted he had spent years letting Mom protect him from consequences. That mattered more than an excuse. Mom and I speak occasionally now. Our conversations have boundaries. She still believes I chose money over family. I believe I chose the promise my grandfather made when he opened a door for me. His final letter did not give me revenge. It gave me permission. Permission to stop confusing love with surrender. Permission to protect something meant for my future. Permission to let people face the cost of their own choices. 2 years later, I stood at my graduation wearing Grandpa's watch beneath my gown. Ryan sat in the audience. Mom did not come. For a moment, that hurt. Then the dean called my name, and I walked through the door no one had managed to lock. If this story moved you, tell us in the comments. Would you have stopped the wedding payments or waited until after the ceremony? Subscribe to Core Revenge Tales for more emotional stories about betrayal, justice, and powerful new beginnings.